The information provided on the Forever Young Show by its host or sponsors is for educational and personal alternatives. Statements have not been established by the Food and Drug Administration. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Welcome to the Forever Young Radio Show. Over the past 2 decades, we have had the opportunity to serve and help so many listeners. We do that by bringing on respected educators in all fields of health and wellness. We pride ourselves on keeping consumers in the know about our ever-changing healthcare system and ways to support the body. Each week, with the help of our special guests and experts, we have one goal in mind, and that's to ensure every listener has the most up-to-date information on ways to support all aspects of health. Now, here's your host.
Hello, everyone. So glad you could join us today right here on Forever Young. If it's the first time that you have caught our show, whether it be on the traditional radio dial, Sirius XM 131, or any of our podcast platforms, we are grateful to have you with us. We've been showing up here for around 28 years with the hopes of informing and educating every listener on healthier lifestyle options and good quality science-based information. If you'd like to learn more about the show, it is very easy to do so. Please feel free to go and visit our website at foreveryoungradio.com. There you can listen to over 600 podcast episodes and some really great articles that are really laden in science and research and proper information. Our topic is a very big one. We're going to focus on 4 factors for mental health and happiness, brought to you by AlloLife. We will focus on mental wellness and why aloe vera, like Aloe Gold by AlloLife, plus a few highlighted supplements go together to support a healthier brain, body, and skin too. My guest today reports mental illness is the number 1 most common of all diseases and will share a checkoff list of the top 4 factors causing roller coaster emotions and share quick health fixes that are worth considering. My guest today is Karen Masterson-Koch. Again, if you're a first-time listener, please listen to this program today. If you're not a first-time listener, you know Karen has been an integral part of this program for a number of decades and really has been our go-to. She's an experienced health educator and worked for many years at various clinics, including as an occupational therapist with children and adults with eating and behavioral disorders, including addictions, and also the famous Livingston Wheeler Medical Clinic in San Diego, California, specializing in immunology and allergies with the world-renowned immunologist, Dr. Virginia Livingston. As Karen has stated, seeing disease-ridden bodies heal and patients live many years past their prognosis time motivated her to continue her health research that exploded, and it led to Aloe. And just Google and research Ace Mannon from Aloe if you want a preview of the world studies that Karen mentioned supporting health, energy, digestion, immunity, and so much more. And besides being an author of the most complete book on inflammatory disease of IBS and wellness, Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, Karen Masterson-Koch is also the founder of AlloLife. AlloLife International has been around since 1991. I think it's 36 years now, and they are producing the number 1 best concentrated aloe products in the world. Welcome to the show, Karen. So grateful to have you with me today.
Thanks, Kelly and listeners. And yes, it's a tough world today with many stressors causing a roller coaster of emotions and challenges we all face. I personally, to survive with a happy heart and less anxiety, I take my own advice and I exercise daily. I eat low gluten foods and also drink aloe gold concentrate 1 to 3 times a day, along with the brain supplements we're highlighting today of cod liver oil that comes with A and D3, B complex with B12, the happy vitamins, and L-lysine, 3,000 milligrams for me because of my herpes simplex virus, Kelly, along with antioxidants and minerals. They're natural tranquilizers, friends, and keeps me feeling good, along with lots of prayers. And tackling mental illness, as you were saying, it's a big topic, friends, that's gradually rising today over the years. In fact, in 2025, statistics show all psychoses diagnosed are spiking again in children and adults, varying from wild to mild, with anxiety, depression, bipolar, up and down moods, with bizarre schizophrenia, plus a very sad situation, more teen suicide, which really shocked me and motivated this show today, friends. So learn a few tips and share with friends and family, and hopefully it just may save some lives. Thank you, Jesus.
Absolutely, Karen. And again, we've done some really great shows together over the years. Our most recent ones have been on immunity and aloe gold. Yet, like you said, with this mental illness coming in number one, it's no wonder why we're seeing so many different bizarre behaviors in society these days. And I say people need to apply the health principles that you've already started to rattle off on the show today, Karen, because you've taught these for over 40 years. And it really can help people enjoy more daily happiness in their life and get on the other side of it. And I hope today during our show, we're going to talk a little bit about blood sugar, because I think that might be causing a little bit of an issue when we're talking about some of these mental health challenges. Would you agree, Karen?
Oh, without a doubt, it's number one, Kelly. You just really must take care. And I'll give you some great tips about eating healthier and making sure that you're keeping your glucose and your adrenaline levels good. And the best fix I know is going with Aloe Life. Aloe.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to talk about it on the show today. And I want you to go to a website, listeners. That is aloelife.com, ALOE life.com. It is such a wealth of information. There are tons of articles on there. There's recipes on there. If you're trying to change the way you're eating, maybe that is causing some of the different things when you're having cognitive issues or just have a little bit of brain fog. There's so many different components that can go in there. So please use aloelife.com as a resource. You can go in there. You can learn more about the president and the founder. That is Karen Masterson-Koch. We've also added these wonderful links from our website at foreveryoungradio.com on the weekly highlight page. When you're over there, check out a few of the articles. Karen's put out 2 of them in the last 6 weeks. We'll be right back after the break.
You often hear clinical nutritionist Karen Masterson-Koch talking about the remarkable benefits of aloe vera. But did you know not all aloe vera products are created equal? Not long ago, the International Aloe Science Council tested an aloe product sold from a mass market store that contained no aloe in the bottle whatsoever. When choosing aloe vera products, you should be aware there's a big difference in quality in the marketplace. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality certified organic aloe vera products since 1991. A concentrate containing 25 pounds of aloe leaves in every bottle with no water or sulfites added or high heat that can destroy valuable active ingredients as in other commonly found aloe products. Aloe Life is great for children, adults, and even pets. To receive the research benefits of supporting a healthier digestive system and a whole lot more for a healthy head start, call Aloe Life today, 1-800-414-ALOE, or online at aloelife.com. Also found in finer health stores across the country. The best value at the best price. Aloe Life.
A quarter century of probiotic excellence. Essential Formulas Incorporated proudly celebrates 25 years of innovation and leadership in the probiotic industry. Since introducing Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics, the gold standard in full-spectrum probiotics in early 2000, we have remained dedicated to advancing probiotic science through research, education, and cutting-edge product development. Over the years, we have expanded our commitment by introducing groundbreaking products designed to nourish the microbiome, both inside and out, such as Reg Active and Dr. Ohhira's Probiotic Skincare. As we step into our next quarter century, we extend our deepest gratitude to all those who share our vision of probiotic excellence for better human health. Dr. Ohhira's probiotics are available at natural grocers, Sprouts, Whole Foods, and natural health retailers nationwide. Reg Active and Dr. Ohhira's skincare products are available online. Discover the Dr. Ohhira's difference today.
Are you concerned about your blood pressure? Join the millions worldwide who have chosen Kyolic as a natural alternative to support their heart health. Why Kyolic? It works. Over 900 published scientific articles and research studies have shown that Kyolic aged garlic extract has a positive effect on cardiovascular risk factors such as high blood pressure, cholesterol, circulation, blood sugar balance, and more. Kyolic aged garlic extract, organically grown garlic aged for up to 20 months for maximum purity and potency. Gentle on the stomach, easy to swallow capsules with no offensive garlic odor or taste. Visit Kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Learn about Kyolic Formula 109 for blood pressure, as well as Kyolic's other cardiovascular formulas. Kyolic is sold at Sprouts, natural grocers, Whole Foods, and natural health stores everywhere. Also online. Get Kyolic Blood Pressure Health Formula 109. It works.
Welcome back, listeners. Again, doing a wonderful show today with a wonderful friend who comes on and has been educating me. Goodness, I've learned so much from Karen Masterson-Koch over these years. I don't think I would have become a health educator, Karen, until I met you. So thank you again for always agreeing to come on the show and helping our listeners. Now, I want to get into this, Karen, because like you said, with mental illness being the number one disease of 2025, I know that you have talked to consumers. I know that they call Aloe Life. That's where you're so great with education. I know that you had a recent customer story that you wanted to share with the listeners today.
Yes, a customer in Alabama was deemed a bit crazy by her local health food store and staff, and they called Aloe Life to see if I could offer a few dietary tips to soothe her lifelong battle with depression, digestive bloating and pain, constipation, and mouth blisters too from herpes simplex virus. She really needed help. We spoke, and she'd been drinking already the Aloe Life, the 1 ounce of advanced stomach plus formula, giving her some digestive relief, Kelly, but not enough. And I found out she had been eating oatmeal, not good. And she and her husband had no idea that it was very dangerous, very high in gluten for IBS and IBD friends like celiac, that's often not diagnosed. And FYI, all whole grains, sugar, and cow's milk was working against her recovery, really igniting inflammation in her GI tract, taking her down, Kelly.
Wow, that's not good. And I'm so glad the store thought about Aloe Life and connecting the dots and including you. But I want to talk a little bit about because Karen, you were ahead of your time. You were sharing with people years and years ago and have said that for many years the testing for gluten is flawed in the blood. Can you just share with the listeners a little bit more about that?
Yes, Kelly, that's absolutely correct. And it's because the blood test is looking for inflammatory proteins made in the liver. And so many people today, Kelly, have under-functioning liver, I call lazy liver, and they don't make the inflammatory proteins. It's a little technical, yet I have a section in my Beyond Gluten book to really help people understand. So always go on symptoms, friends, like Kelly in her story.
Yeah,
You had a lot.
absolutely. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
had a lot. I had a sluggish liver. I think at one point I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I think a lot of people out there are having that. Again, this was many decades ago, but once you start making these modifications, adding something really great like Aloe Life and an Aloe Life concentrate, which I hope that we could talk about later in the show today, it really got me on the other side of it. But one of the things that I really want listeners to understand is aloe gold helps with detoxifying the body and liver too, right? So it's working as a kind of a team in unison.
Yes, it absolutely does. Multitasking, the aloe gold concentrate, and helps with regularity, which definitely helps the liver function to better carry on its over 500 daily jobs. So, an actual biopsy of the small intestine villi is the only true confirmation of advanced IBS bowel disease. Yet, symptoms give it away of chronic digestive issues, bloating, pain, spastic colon, skin issues, and it leads to mental issues from uncontrolled inflammatory disease. People stop being able to actually digest and absorb the fat solubles. And we all know that the essential fats, like from cod liver oil, is really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is important, listeners, just as I experience this. And it's a really immediate thing that you can understand. When you're suffering and you're having horrible constipation, I was a constipated kid. My parents didn't know I had gluten intolerance. What a blessing when I met Karen Masterson-Koch to help me on the other side of it, because I didn't know about a lot of natural solutions of the root cause to avoid things like pharmaceutical drugs or constant antibiotics, as I had not really addressed the IBS until I met you. And once I did, Karen, I'm sure like many other people out there, it's just like the lights came on and it was such a blessing.
Exactly. So Sandra's MD, not knowing, prescribed her several psych drugs, not
Mm.
getting at the root cause of her living with advanced gluten intolerance, IBD, it's called. And she took no supplements to compensate for all those psych drugs, like B complex, the happy vitamin, for her nutritional deficiencies from obvious malnutrition that sets in. some say as little as 10% absorption when living with advanced IBD. And she lived in misery, friends, not sleeping well either. Yet it turned out good, Kelly, increasing AlloLife Allogold to 3 ounces daily, 1 ounce before each meal. And she wanted to get well, so she even bought my book,
Oh,
Beyond
nice.
Gluten Intolerance. I know, it's such a cool book, off the allolife.com website to reinforce the Mediterranean low inflammatory diet and other tips daily, supporting blood sugar and more daily protein and veggies. And she got off the oatmeal and she went to
Oh.
quinoa, or the millet is both low gluten, while adding the brain supplements we're talking about too, one by one, alternating with Stomach Plus or the Allogol concentrate, rotating them. Just talked a second time with her, and she started the B12 injections too, which is so important for the brain, friends. When she called, she said she had slept the best in years. Hallelujah. And in general, feeling better in just 7 to 30 days. That's winning with Aloe Gold, friends, by Aloe Life. As I say, it's motivation in a bottle, Kelly, stating right on the label, energy, helping with regularity, digestion, well, and everything.
Oh, I love the Stomach Plus formula. It's one of those things that we always have in our house. My son, who's a paramedic, when you're a paramedic, you're up against a lot of things that can make your stomach not feel so good and eventually get ulcers and different things because of the constant. Hey, can I get another bottle? I'm like, absolutely. Allolife.com.
I'm
you
so
know?
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Families and friends. It's an advanced aloe gold concentrate with calming herbs added for reflux symptoms. Amazing product. I always keep a pint in my fridge too, along with my daily aloe gold concentrate. And just in case I eat hot and spicy foods, and it soothes all the digestive issues, including the heartburn, the reflux, esophageal burning, calming ulcers, and even diverticuli, those tiny pockets in the colon, Kelly, that get infected. And Stomach Plus formula has the antimicrobial action of the Allogol concentrate with extra 3% GI calming tonic herbs like catnip, meadowsweet, chamomile, and extra bitters, besides the wonderful aloe being a bitter for happy brain and body.
Absolutely, Karen. And, I really want to talk about Beyond Gluten Intolerance because that book, nobody was talking about that stuff. That was a labor of love. You self-published it. You spent a lot of time. I look at it as the health Bible when it comes to all different conditions, the glossary in the back, the wonderful recipes, the testimonials. But at the end of the day, Karen, that was a lot of work for you. What motivated you to want to author that book and get it out into the world?
Well, Kelly, I'm so glad you wanted to talk a little bit about the book because it is an important reference. And there's up to 75 to 80% of all people dealing with IBS or advanced IBDs. So I wanted to make sure that people understood that they have controls over their health. They don't have to just resort to pharmaceutical drugs because they always come with added bad side effects. And
Mhm.
temporarily, that's okay. So I wanted to inform it's actually a nutrition and health book. Like chapter 8 goes through all these different brain supplements along with what they actually mean in real basic terms. You don't have to be technical. You don't have to be a biochemist.
Mhm.
And it really shortens people's lives, along with what's happened since 2021 is all autoimmune diseases actually have doubled. That was really high, 80 different autoimmune that we talk about in the book. And now there's 130 different ones. When you don't know what to eat, you need to get off the inflammatory foods and onto these really delicious recipes we have in the book too, so that you can allow your body to heal like you did and I do. And everyone does. It works for everyone to feel better, to have a healthier skin and body.
Karen, and I'm so grateful that you wrote that book. What a gift to be able to give to families. I have given it to people, especially people with small children who had been diagnosed with celiacs or gluten intolerance or just slow bowels. And listen, I like that people are talking more about slow bowels and constipation in today's age, but I want to get to the point of understanding why are so many more people dealing with that when we have solutions like Aloe Life and again, Stomach Plus formula and Aloe Gold and the great books and greens. And you've really set it up. I understand why Aloe Life's a 36-year company because you have done everything right. And so when we come back from the break, I'm really excited. We're going to get to share those 4 factors for mental wellness and happiness. But in the meantime, I want you to check some things out. You can go to aloelife.com. Again, you can get great health articles there and on their social media, YouTube, or past shows, or even if you have a question, we've linked all of that on our weekly highlight page at Forever Young. We understand some of you are working out during the show, so we will leave that permanently up. And I'll tell you, go and check some of that stuff out. They're doing a lot of fun podcasts, a lot of good stuff on social media that they're sharing with you. If you do have a question for them, you can go ahead and email them, info@aloelife.com. Again, that's info@aloelife.com, or give them a call. That number is 1-800-414-ALOE. Again, 1-800-414-ALOE. A leader in health today. That's Aloe Life. We'll be right back after the break, but if you get lost along the way, foreveryoungradio.com.
Kids don't just bring home homework, they bring home germs. And those germs don't just stay with them, they spread to the whole household. That's why Clear Nasal Spray was created by a practicing physician to give parents and grandparents peace of mind. You may not think about it, but your nose is filtering out a semi-truck full of air every single day. Clear isn't just another spray. It creates an additional layer of protection in your nose that blocks bacteria and viruses before they can even take hold. Yes, even that virus. Supporting your body's defenses right where germs first try to enter. Clear is a hygiene product recommended for daily use, drug-free, non-drowsy, and safe for all ages. Just a quick spray in the morning and evening helps you cleanse your nose. Don't just hope for protection, create it. Get Clear Nasal Spray, your daily defense. Clear Nasal Spray is available at retailers nationwide and online. Check out clear.com for our special offers. That's xlear.com.
Imagine a world where the cordyceps fungus takes over, just like in The Last of Us. But instead of zombies, you get supercharged energy. Here's the twist. Cordyceps is actually good for you. It's a nourishing mushroom that delivers all natural support for your energy, endurance, and immune system, all without turning you into a brain-hungry zombie. And that's where Real Mushrooms comes in. Their organic cordyceps extract supplements are made from the purest, most potent cordyceps on the planet. No fillers, no fluff, just real, wholesome mushrooms. Fuel your body and stay very human. Head over to realmushrooms.com and use code RMForever30 to get 30% off your first order. Again, that's realmushrooms.com and use the code RMForever30 to save 30% off your first order today. Because when you harness the power of cordyceps, you don't just survive, you thrive.
Millions of Americans are frustrated with their urinary problems, more specifically, the need to urinate multiple times a day and night. Leaking urine is frustrating to many people over the age of 45. An overactive bladder, OAB, refers to a group of symptoms that cause a sudden need to urinate or the urge to urinate. OAB affects up to 40% of women and 30% of men in the United States. The most common symptom is a sudden uncontrolled need or urge to urinate. Emerald Labs Bladder Health contains the Urox Herbal Blend in the exact same amount as used in positive published studies. The formula also contains pumpkin seed extract and cranberry extract, which also have been shown to help support bladder function and help normalize urinary symptoms. Learn more about bladder health at emeraldlabs.com. Listeners can save 20% off with the code FOREVER when visiting emeraldlabs.com. Try bladder health today and experience higher confidence and freedom.
Welcome back, listeners. Again, a real treat today being joined by Karen Masterson-Koch. Not only is she the founder of Aloe Life, a 36-year-old brand providing the best aloe on the planet to your families, to consumers. I have been a user, goodness, since 2005, 2004, I think. And it is something that I've always kept in my cabinet, in my fridge, and have implemented in my daily life. Now, Karen, I love that you're here today, and you have been such a nerd in the fact that you love research, and I love that. And you've done a lot of research on this topic, especially how it relates to inflammation in the whole body with IBS. Now, before we went to break, we promised the listeners, can you share the 4 factors for mental wellness and happiness before we get any further in our conversation today?
Yes, you bet, Kelly. And remember, friends, to exercise with the added nutritional support to naturally stimulate the happy hormones called endorphins, dopamine and serotonin, calming anxiety to feel happy and good again. So, number one, Kelly, it's tricky blood sugar, both high and low. I touched on it briefly, that experts report are responsible, get this, for over 75% of all psychoses, no matter
Mm.
what you feel is going on in your brain. And the fix is adding daily protein and veggies, plus B complex, B12, and drinking water. It's so important to hydrate with aloe gold, containing over 150 trace minerals. And Kelly, there's 7 worldwide studies on reversing high blood sugar and stabilizing the glucose with aloe. The trace minerals that are in the aloe gold concentrate working like spark plugs with foods for the glands to avoid sudden anger and bizarre outbursts, which depression usually follows, unfortunately. And number
Mhm.
2 is gut health. As we've been talking about, it's critical for 80% of the population does struggle with poor digestion and absorption, often unaware of the existing IBS IBD health issues causing trouble for malabsorption. The gut damage is really crying out, friends, for aloe gold to absorb the brain boosters, the essential fatty acids from cod liver oil and greens too, needing to fuel the brain to actually think healthier again, and adequate protein. Strive for 50 to 150 grams of protein daily, friends. Most people don't even come close. And number 3, pollution. We always like to throw that in because it's a real deal. And the heavy metal toxicity, as in lead, mercury, and thousands of other chemicals tested in food, air, and water, even the dreaded laundry products, they are such toxic brain bombs. And aloe gold also helps to detox from head to toe and inside out these toxic chemicals. I told you, Kelly, it was multitasking. And
Mhm.
lastly, the sleeping giant, number 4, herpes simplex virus 1 and 2, which might surprise you, yet it's critical to understand this virus, friends, for it's highly contagious and estimated now to have infected most Americans today. Herpes simplex virus, including my entire family and most of my clients I work with, causing brain drain. Viruses cause fatigue. And the newest research shows it's pointing to early dementia, Kelly, and
Oh,
no one wants that.
no.
So, prevention through action, friends. I highly recommend L-lysine and Aloe Gold by Aloe Life for prevention and avoiding the triggers that wake up the virus. There's so many, spicy and hot. I had mentioned that.
And I thought you would mention digestion first because of aloe gold concentrate being so excellent as an herbal bitter for all digestive issues.
Yes, I know. It was a hard call, Kelly. Yet, I know.
Yeah.
Yet, blood sugar can quickly cause desperation and sadly sometimes turns to suicide. As, as little as that, it seems so small, but
Yeah.
you've got to keep that blood sugar up. So reach out and talk to someone, friends, if life really does seem unbearable at times. And even this wonderful church, Charis Church, I know well in Colorado, has a helpline. 719-635-1111. That's 719-635-1111, giving 24/7 comfort and love, or even call 911. They're super loving men and women. I just had to call them for a fire up on our mountain
Oh,
last
wow.
month, and they were so helpful. Yeah, there's so many loving men and women out there. So again, make sure you're reaching out to people who really seem down and out. Give them a smile, give them a hug. It touches millions.
It really does. And, I'm happy that you brought up number four, Karen, HSV, herpes simplex virus. Let's talk a little bit more about that because you can relate to that. And I think when you know how to relate to something, it's easier to help people and put protocols together.
Yes, yes. In fact, with the herpes simplex virus, I actually got in trouble, friends, from work stress. None of that on the job, right? And I ate, I know, and I ate too many spicy foods that triggered my own herpes simplex virus to activate the one and two and causing the brain fog to hit so badly. Super fatigue set in, mild headaches, and even a few skin lesions outbreaks.
Mm.
That was not fun, friends, for about 24 hours. Feeling almost out of body. It's terrible if you've gone through that. Yet Allogol to the rescue, taking 2 to 3 ounces more, revving up the immunity with its antimicrobial action and applied both the AlloLife skin gel and the personal gel to the herpes ulcers that had flared, including a few mouth blisters the first day. It's a signal, friends, to eat milder foods, not spicy. And I doubled up on the brain boosters and probiotics we're talking about today. AlloLife to the rescue. And in just 3 days, I was back to sleeping better, no headaches, skin healthy, energy, and healthier again. I learned not to get hot and spicy Chinese food, that's for sure. The protocols are in my books, friends.
Yeah, and you do have another great book. It's called The Gift of Nature. It's a handout. People can buy that on allolife.com. Sometimes you include it with certain orders, but in that, you actually conducted at AlloLife a wound study with skin gel on diabetic ulcers.
Yes, actually, I'm glad you mentioned it. In 1997, AlloLife did a study with its skin gel on 150 diabetic wounds resolved, and that's using the skin gel concentrate formula. It's not watered down like other topicals, so it really gets to work. The skin gel by AlloLife works for all troubled skin issues, including the herpes simplex virus, reducing pain, and several infection fighters like saponins plus 5 natural anti-inflammatory agents from aloe called phytosterols also get to work with its antimicrobial immunity action, addressing the keratoses precancers too, while also containing growth factor gibberellins. As you know, I love that to stimulate new skin from acne scars and gut repair, saving lives for wellness head to toe. And I love all the topicals by Aloe Life. I layer them because I
Oh,
love nature.
I do
Yes.
too. I do too. It saved me. I went on a family vacation to Turks and Caicos for 7 days. And if I did not have the Aloe Life formulas, I would have been in a world of hurt. I will tell you that. Everybody kept coming into my room. Hey, Lolly, can I get some skin gel? Hey, can I get the mist for my face? Hey, can I get the after, glow, the face and body lotion? So you have really used such a quality starting product. And I think that's the most important part of when we have these conversations, Karen, because there's been tons of studies out there that there's a lot of aloe products that don't even contain aloe vera, let alone the yellow sap that I'm sure we're going to talk about in the show, the polysaccharides. Yeah, I love that you've been in business 36 years and you've never wavered from getting the best possible starting material to be able to make these products.
Yes, I am too, because I never want to stop using them, friends. And they work
Yeah.
so fast because they're not watered down and they're all concentrated too.
Yeah, if you're using a skin gel that is neon green, probably go to allolife.com and look at their skin gel. It is a dark amber color. You can tell that it has the constituents. All of the products are in that nature. So, again, when we get back from break, we're going to spend a little bit more time on herpes simplex virus, allolife.com, ALOE life.com. Or if you have a health question, you can give them a call at 1-800-414 ALOE. That's 1-800-414-ALOE, or send them an email. That email is info@allolife.com. You can also use the code HEALTH20 to save 20% off your order at Aloe Life today. So if you like any of the things you're hearing, you're liking the Aloe Gold, like we're highlighting on the program, the skin gel, also The Stomach Plus formula by Aloe Life is a wonderful place to start. We'll kind of at the end of the show ask Karen, if somebody's trying this for the first time, what does she recommend? I started with the cherry berry. That's where I started all those years ago. And now I do the Aloe Gold, Stomach Plus, and the green. So again, listeners, go and learn a little bit more at aloelife.com. If you see something you like, enter the code HEALTH20 to get 20% off your first order when calling 1-800-414-ALOE or visiting aloelife.com. We'll be right back with one more great segment with our special guest, Karen Masterson-Koch.
Do you have a health plan in place so you can start having a healthier outlook? Many of us are struggling with low immune function, digestive upset, decreased energy, skin issues, and many other challenges. So why not get started on a healthier path today with aloe vera? Aloe vera contains many vitamins and minerals that are vital for proper growth and function of all body systems. There's a big difference in aloe products. Since 1991, Aloe Life has been dedicated to developing only the best quality aloe vera products at the best price. By producing a whole leaf juice concentrate that contains more value from the natural occurring actives and only uses certified organic leaves in all 17 products. Support for digestion, detoxification, immune response, energy, and skin health. Do something good for yourself and visit aloelife.com. That's aloelife.com and use the code HEALTH20 for 20% off your first order. Also available at health food stores nationwide and Amazon. With Aloe Life, being healthy never tasted so good. aloelife.com.
Fermented nutrition is vital to our well-being, but often missing from our daily diet. Introducing Kimchi One by Brightcore Nutrition. Kimchi One harnesses the power of kimchi, the most nutrient-dense fermented food on the planet. High in vitamins A, B, C, and K, fiber, calcium, phosphorus, folate, and unique probiotics found only in kimchi. Kimchi has been shown to improve gut health, mood, focus, and memory, hair growth, thicker, healthier, and reverse hair loss, quality and appearance of skin. Kimchi is exploding in the health world as a leading anti-aging superfood. When kimchi was introduced to human cells in a test tube, it actually slowed the aging process. Now you can get all the benefits of kimchi in convenient capsule form with Kimchi One. Call now at 888-958-5331 or learn more online at trykimchinow.com. That's trykimchinow.com.
Do something good for yourself and visit aloelife.com. That's aloelife.com and use the code HEALTH20 for 20% off your first order. Also available at health food stores nationwide and Amazon. With Aloe Life, being healthy never tasted so good. aloelife.com.
Welcome back, listeners. Again, hope you're understanding the 4 components of what you can imply and insert into your life to help you better manage mental health. We're going to continue to talk about it. Again, Karen, I'm so glad you shared about HSV. I agree, most people are unaware of this virus that travels on the nerves, and too much sunshine is also an issue, right? How does aloe help kind of people navigate through those types of diagnoses?
Yes, any and all skin trauma and the food triggers can activate the herpes simplex virus. Yet drinking aloe gold works for herpes simplex virus and all viruses, cold and flu, with the goal of keeping all of them in a dormant sleep mode. And SOS for prevention, friends, for as I mentioned, the new research shows herpes simplex virus can not only cause blindness in the eyes, yes, yet it's being found in the brains of mammals and humans, causing early dementia and even death. It's a wake-up call for me, Kelly, and I wanted to share with all the listeners to be preventative. I love Aloe Life products. I love Mexican food too, but I can't eat all I want, all the spicy, peppers, because they truly, truly are a shortcut back to healthier. The Aloe Life products for hundreds of issues with over 3,000 studies and hundreds on immunity balance. Plus, Aloe Life has 100% safe products, satisfaction guaranteed.
But why, Karen? Why does aloe gold help so much? And what was the research that first got your attention for digestion and immunity?
Well, yes, Kelly, I'm glad you asked. Aloe Gold is the best buy, and it's made in the USA. Aloe Gold 4X concentrate produced with 25 pounds of certified organic leaves, and every quart is equal to 4 quarts of quality aloe, not watered down, yes, but
Yeah.
gently concentrated with low heat 4 to 6 times, with the daily dose only 1 to 2 ounces, not cupfuls like other products. And the only caution is if the bowels loosen, just reduce. Although most people welcome more regularity, and the Aloe Gold tests #1, friends, in aloe, with the highest in aloe solids, representing the herbal actives being 15 times stronger in human immunity factor called ace-mannan than any other company.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, that's really big to be able to tout that, Karen. And if I'm not mistaken, I think as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the important actives supporting health are in that yellow sap. Can you just talk a little bit more about that, Karen?
Yes, totally correct, Kelly. Just look for the dark yellow color, not clear, that shows not over filtered with the yellow sap to support all digestion from the herbal bitter called polyphenols and required for absorption. Best before meals or anytime to build and detox the body and renew the body, growing younger. That's what I love about it.
Well, it's happening to you. I mean, you had a birthday this week. Every time I see a picture of you, you're looking younger and younger. So I think I'm going to always apply the recommendations that you're sharing with us today on the show, Karen. But I know that you're into research. Can you share some of the research of what we were just talking about?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you brought me back to that question. And the first piece of research came from the Dallas Fort Worth Medical University back in the 80s, showed aloe's significant antimicrobial activity to not only HIV for AIDS, which opened my eyes to immunity support, but also the herpes simplex virus, cancer, measles, and more with mammals, as I saw in my patients working in AIDS and cancer. And that's why we do not use the high heat, but cold fill the aloe gold juices to maintain that added extra benefit, acetyl mannose, that's nicknamed ace mannan, like a light switch for immunity for all the applications, Kelly.
And I love it, Karen. I love that you always go to research, you always share and tout the numbers. But the thing that I love most is a quick victory story. And you do have one of a young 14-year-old with success taking Aloe Life. Could you just share that with the listeners?
Thanks, Kelly. This story of a young teenage girl that ate junk foods after school before parents were home from work had developed a lazy liver, leading to classic reflux. For 2 years, she had it, where
Mm.
upon eating her dinner, she would throw up the entire plate of food, friends, leaving the daughter emotional, depressed, unmotivated in school, and the parents were super concerned, yet praying for a fix. The mother learned of aloe life at her hair salon and purchased the delicious cherry berry aloe life. And upon giving her daughter just 1 ounce daily for 2 days, no more reflux, friends. And it's been 5 months, Kelly, now. And all the five family members and extended family in Michigan are now taking cherry berry aloe gold, like you started on, feeling better with more energy, began to exercise. The daughter started volleyball and enjoying school in just 4 months. Aloe Life truly changes lives, friends, for the better, both young and old alike.
It's so easy to incorporate and so affordable. I am so grateful for the day I met you in the early 2000s, Karen, because I wouldn't have made it. I didn't know I had a gluten issue. I didn't know I had thyroid issues. I was going to the regular doctor. They're like, "You're fine." Then all of a sudden my doctor's like, "You're not fine," and it was a very scary moment. I was in my mid 20s, working all the time, trying to raise a family, do all that good stuff, not eating all day, then eating pizza at night. I'd gained a lot of weight. And that was one of the things, like staying on Aloe Life, making some of the modifications that you've shared with me, going to the Mediterranean diet. In addition to that, upping my exercise. I have kept that weight off for all the years and just have had very great blood work ever since. I'm turning 50 this month and I feel like I'm doing pretty good for 50, Karen.
You look terrific, Kelly and Fritz. I mean, you became an athlete again and started even climbing the ropes as you were losing the weight. I am
Yes.
just so proud of you and, sharing the value of this incredible plant that dates back 60 million years, friends. We truly make the #1 aloe for each of you and your families. Share the value, friends. People need to know that it helps the whole body and brain.
Yeah, that mental health component. And Karen, I know we didn't plan to talk about it, but if someone's going to allolife.com and they're checking out the website right now and they're like, gosh, there's so many great products, where should I start? What would you recommend somebody starts off with the first product?
You know what is wonderful on the actual website, allolife.com? There's a sample pack that you can try the aloe gold, the cherry berry, and the orange papaya. They're just 20% fruit juice, but the rest is the therapeutic aloe that's 4 times concentrate. And that way they can really just test the products out or even just get the aloe gold concentrate. It's what I take every day and then just keep that Stomach Plus formula in my refrigerator in case I eat off my diet. And occasionally I do,
Yeah.
as in birthdays.
80/20, right? 80/20. You taught me that rule
Y-
a long time ago. And I really appreciate our time, Karen. That wraps up another great, wonderful show together with great information backed by science. And you can start supporting mental wellness or health challenges today. All you have to do is go and visit allolife.com for the complete line of products and use the code HEALTH20 at checkout. And this is important. This is for the radio discounts. 20% off. That's off any of the Aloe Life products. There's 17 of them, including Aloe Gold concentrates, and add an extra 15% on bundle savings like the Brain Bundle and Everyday Daily Green Super Saving equals about 50% discount for more certified organic veggies and fruits. And again, you can learn more at allolife.com and use that code HEALTH20. If you prefer and still have additional questions, you can call them at 1-800-414-ALOE. Again, that's 1-800-414-ALOE, or email them at orders@allolife.com. We've put all this great information on our weekly highlight page, so know that you can go to foreveryoungradio.com and get that reference. Also, Aloe Life products are available nationwide in over 2,200 health food stores and outlets, including Fraser Farms, Clark's, Mother's, Natural Grocers, Lassen Stores, Amazon, and online at VitaCost. If your current aloe vera tastes like water, it's not Aloe Life Aloe Gold. You will know the difference. Karen, any words of encouragement before we have to say goodbye today?
Thanks for having me today, and share the CARES helpline with anyone feeling a bit lost, friends. They're very loving folks. 719-635-1111 for help, guidance, and love, or just, eat something good and choose health today. Choose Aloe Life for a healthier life and brain for the whole family, including pets.
Karen, and thank you for all the education. Thank you for always creating such wonderful products out there that can be implemented for the entire family. And again, listeners, if you have questions, you can call them directly, 1-800-414-ALOE, or you can email them, info@allolife.com. Karen, always a pleasure to have you with me. Thank you again for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me. Choose health, friends.
Always. Listeners, have a happy and healthy week. If you get lost along the way, foreveryoungradio.com. We'll catch you next time.